Well, that was a rookie mistake. Woo. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back. Josh here with Josh's Lawn and Landscape. It's kind of early, well, compared to my normal time. I'm already been on the road a few minutes anyway, and it's just now about 7:30, so getting rolling early this morning. The irrigation supply place opens up at 8, so trying to get there right when they open, so hopefully there won't be a bunch of people in front of me or anything like that. I can go ahead and get that stuff picked up. Spending some money, but gonna have to spend it to make it, y'all. So I'll have to stop at some point today and get some more gas for the truck, so that'll be interesting, but hey, it's all part of it. Again, welcome back to the channel. I want to thank everybody who has been watching, subscribing, and commenting, liking the videos. I appreciate all the support, and trying to keep the sun out of the camera. It's right back over my shoulder, so driving through these trees and might look like the Twilight Zone, that sun flashing in and out of the camera. But so hopefully today winds up being a good day. It'll determine what my next part of my work schedule is as far as getting this job knocked out. So if ooh, a little bright there, that's a little better. So if the day goes well, I'll probably be able to wrap this thing up Monday, possibly Tuesday afternoon at the latest. Maybe finish some cleanup, but depending on how well the trenching goes, and as long as there's no issues or anything. They're supposed to have gotten the lines marked, like where the power line and water line and all that stuff's at, just as a precaution. Anytime you're trenching, you need to kind of have a good idea where that stuff's at, hopefully, so you don't hit none of it and have to do an extra repair. So that's what's going on this morning. Just want to start this one out. Don't know exactly how this one's gonna go. So because right now it's looking like it's a good possibility I'm probably just going to be solo all day. Got to make a phone call or two probably before I get down here and see if what some people's up to, maybe. But if not, I'll just be knocking it out. So on the way down here to pick up the irrigation supplies, and I want to give a quick shout out, just to jump change subjects here real quick. Watched a video the other day from over at Jay's Crazy Cuts. Y'all check that channel out. Talking about and I think also another shout out, I think Johnny with Upscale Lawn Care also brought this up, talking about the shoes you wear, and the difference that they make and people's opinion on it. And so commented on there, and I said the shoes definitely make a big difference. Having a good, comfortable pair of shoes for you to wear, so that obviously you're not getting foot fatigue or leg fatigue during the day. Makes things just progress better, I think, and it's just one less thing for you to have to worry about. So Christina over at Jay's Crazy Cuts was using a pair of Merrill shoes. I'm not sure what they were initially, but she'd had some issues with them, seams coming apart, and I think she got a second set, and then the treads were wanting to come off of them, so they sent her a third set, and she kind of got some different ones to look at, and she ended up getting some Merrill, I think it's called a Moab, or Moab 2. It's a mid, what they call a mid. It's kind of like a boot style rather than being a low, like a sneaker. And so she was trying those out, and she seemed to like them pretty good. based on her first opinion of them. She had used them for, I think, a day or two, and was liking them. And I just commented because that is actually, I don't have the mids, I have the lows, but I actually have so it's kind of like a sneaker, but it's a hiking shoe. But that's actually what I'm using, the Merrell Moab hiking shoe. And I've had them a little over a season, almost, or a season, I call it a season and a half, somewhere in there, that range, I think. I'd have to go back and check the video when I did a video on them when I got them, being my new lawn care footwear. So I thought about getting some Cujos. Don't know, I may still get those when these wear out, or I may get these in a mid. These have been great, so I wanted to say that they have been an excellent shoe so far for me. The comfort of them throughout the day has been great for me. They're not very heavy, they're lightweight, and like I say, pretty durable as well. So I've had them for over a season. I'm trying to get this camera thing right so y'all ain't blinded. So yeah, the Merrell Moabs have been a great long hair shoe for me so far. They're gonna get tested out on this even more on this irrigation job, but hopefully they won't come out looking red. Uh-oh, somebody's in a hurry, y'all. I'm doing almost 60, and dude just went by me almost like I wasn't here. Guess he should have woke up earlier. You know, them buildings will get up and move on you if you ain't careful. But that's okay. Happens all the time. Some people just ain't in a big hurry, or it is what it is. Be careful out there. About to get on the interstate here, so it may sound like I'm doing a Ray. So shout out to Ray over at Ray's Lawn and Landscape. We joke about that, a couple of us, me and Mr. Gerald and old Wild Bill over there too. Kind of joke about it when you get down on the gas, get out on the road that you're pulling a Ray. You always hear him taking off from the traffic light and the stop signs. Ray's out there getting it done. So won't drag this on too much longer. Let me know y'all's thoughts on y'all's lawn care footwear. And that's pretty much it for the beginning of this video. Like I said, not sure how it's going to turn out, just because I'll be solo. Don't know what kind of footage I'll get. It may just be some cut-ins as stuff's getting done, would probably be what it is. I haven't found my tripod, so probably end up having to get another one or ordering one off of eBay. Of course, my luck, but when I do that, it'll all of a sudden show up. So, but y'all stick around. We'll see what I can get into and how this one turns out. And we'll do some irrigation today. So stick around. Well, this is the supplier that I use. Shoemaker Irrigation Supply here in Aiken, South Carolina. So they do Husqvarna mowers. They do Bad Boy and Spartan mowers as well. I think they even sell Bobcat mowers. They do Yanmar tractors, Bobcat tractors, and a couple of other brands. But Big Tex trailers also. So good selection here. And I even see a that mower there is actually a Coyote. Don't know how you say it. I've heard it said both ways. But so they got all kinds of stuff here, y'all. There's a nice big Spartan sitting right there. That might be a SRT. So not sure about that. But it's time for them to open up. Somebody's running late. They're probably getting them a breakfast biscuit. Gonna see if I can get in here and get it done. Don't know if I'll get any other footage inside the facility, but just want to kind of let y'all know that's where it all comes from. as my area. So if you're near this area in South Carolina, the Aiken area, Aiken Augusta area, check out Shoemaker Irrigation Supply, and they got a Facebook page, and also if you're looking for a mower, they got a couple different brands you can try out. So hopefully they'll be here any minute to open up the gate and get this stuff picked up so I can get some work done. Stick around. Alright, y'all, it's hot. I've been sitting in the truck now probably a good 10 minutes. Big thanks to my father-in-law, actually. He brought me a pack of crackers, a Snickers bar, and a burger with some chips. So, because I had missed lunch, didn't bring any snacks with me, so it's been one of them days. But to the previous part of the video here, I want to say, not gonna have anything bad to say about the initial irrigation supplier. I bought a number of things from them. They've always done me well. That was a slip up on my part, as I stated. So the other place that I picked it up from is actually, I don't know whether they classified as Lexington or West Columbia. It's right off the interstate, off of I-20 exit 61. It's called WP Law. So a shout out to WP Law Incorporated. Went by there, they got me hooked up with my pipe and fittings, glue, valves, everything I got to have. And also Thompson Rental, which is in Lexington. I do know that. Thompson Rental in Lexington. Getting me it's a TX 1000 Dingo with a trencher attachment. So, sorry, just finished my burger. So, big thanks to those, all of them, for getting me having my equipment ready when I got there, and also this WP Law having all the supplies and everything. So actually wound up being a little cheaper. Not a big difference, because there was some stuff that I was going to buy some excess of, to be sure, and I kind of cut back on some of that. So but I did save a little bit, which is, I guess, is a good thing. But I guess the extra driving that I did this morning probably makes up for that, so it evens out. I have everything trenched with the trencher that I've got to have, or that I can get to with the trencher. There's one or two little short, probably 4 or 5 foot little stub out legs where the heads go, that I'll have to open up, manually with a pick and shovel. So, and I've got probably a little over a fourth or third of it, thereabout, open or cleaned out. So I've gone back through with a trench and shovel and gotten some of the loose excess out of the bottom. So that's going good. If I can get roughly about half of it done, or at least one side of the house, I'll probably end up going back and starting to put together some of the valve assemblies and things of that nature. Go ahead and have some of that done. So looks like I will be out here part of the day on Memorial Day, but comes with the territory. Maybe I can get somebody to come back out here with me and help me shovel some dirt or something. So it's been an eventful day, to say the least. One thing, and this is, I don't know, I'm the one that did it to a degree, but I feel like the installer did not do his job properly. So there was a pretty wide area marked that inside of that area is certain things. Now keep in mind, in the area where that stuff is at, I'm only going about 5 inches or so deep, maybe 6 at the most, with the trencher. So roughly, just to say 5 inches on average with the trencher for being able to put the irrigation line in. So there's pretty much only one pipe's got to go in that trench. So they got the area marked, just the general area of where like drain lines, gas lines, stuff like that kind of runs to the house through that area. So pretty cautious going through there. And so I got everything trenched except for one line that I was going to use as a cut across line to tie in part of a zone, because the zone splits the yard on either side. And I'll have to show y'all some of this here in just a minute. And was actually the last trench I was going to trench, and I was probably about 4.5, 5 inches deep. Just coming across so I could put that one line in. And I'm actually watching, as I'm watching the trencher, I see it almost like it grabbed something like a root, and I saw the ground move a little bit, so I stopped and lifted the trencher up, pulled it back out of the way, and one of them days, trencher caught the natural gas line going to the house. Now, a couple of good things, if there is a good thing, is one, it didn't break the line. So it's not cut or anything like that anywhere. Obviously got it. Pretty sure it's natural gas. But it's not making any hissing noises like the pressure, like it's blowing anything out. It's not pinched shut. It does have where it's been a little bit, where it started to, instead of being, say, this wide, it's kind of like this wide. So it's kind of crimped just a little bit. I left it open. I've already showed the homeowner, and I'm just going to let her know that if it winds up being something that it's not an easy fix, that there's a cost involved, let me know. I'll help pay for the repair. So I'll let her know that part here in a little bit, because she's got family over, which is mainly why I haven't done a lot of filming from when I got started. So like I said, I've got a lot of this stuff opened up. I'll probably get out here before I get back to opening up the trench here in a few minutes, and just kind of show y'all where I got everything run. And it's a 6-zone system, and also we'll discuss a little later. So this is going to be a lot of basically me talking about everything in this video, if you can't tell that by now. So when I got here, the electrician, or the person that was hooking up the pump that they were talking about putting in at the lake, was actually here. So instead of tying into the water meter, I will be tying into the pump in the back. And I spent a good 30 or 40 minutes discussing with him to make sure that hopefully I'll be hooking this thing up right. And he's going to come back and make sure that all the electrical and stuff is tied in correctly once everything gets installed. So yeah, been an eventful day. It's been a pretty long video up to this point, so I'm going to try to get a couple short snippets of the yard. And so, but hey, when you get to having to discuss a lot of things that's going on, you just don't never know how it's going to turn out. So hopefully that this is up to this point has been helpful to somebody, and hopefully I'll be able to get some more footage before long, maybe even discuss some of the parts and pieces of the system and how I put it together. So that'll probably be in the next video. So this will be kind of a part 1 explanation, but it is what it is, getting it done. Yes, I am out here solo, so I didn't have nobody out here helping me today. So I'm doing pretty good for a one-man show. I don't have all that help like Mr. Gerald's got down there. He got him a good crew together down there. So I tried to get him to send Z-Man up here one time, but I told him I didn't know if I could afford to feed the fellows. So, you know, Z-Man be putting it away when he goes to eat. But shout out to those guys at Clean and Green, Mr. Gerald, Z-Man, Elro, 002, 003, everybody down there. Good group of guys down there, good group of young men, so I always enjoy watching them. But hey, this piece is getting long here, so I'm going to get out and get back to work here in just a few minutes. But I'll probably get the camera turned around and maybe get you a quick minute or two of footage just showing you where I got the stuff run at. So stick around. Alright, real quick, here's a Toro. It goes all the way back to the dock and goes across, and then right here in front of the steps goes across. Comes all the way up. Sprinkler head, sprinkler head, sprinkler head, sprinkler head up there. This goes down. Valves go right back there. If you can see the shovel on the tip of my finger. Cuts around the back of the house. And then there are these heads over here. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 is one zone. And then you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 is another zone. This is the trench I was trying to open up, but I'm going to end up taking it that way. I was trying to come across here and go up because I had stopped like right in there. So I just had to connect those two up that way. But I was trying to come across here, and as you can see, it's not real deep. If I put my hand on the bottom, it's basically not quite where the Velcro is on my glove. So, you know, about 5 inches deep. And there it is. As you can see, it's crimped, but no leaks. Don't hear anything hissing. And did ding up the coating on it, so I'm probably pretty sure they'll want to replace that. Not sure how much that'll cost. They may just cut it and put a joint in it. I don't know how they do that, but so. And then I was coming up here. See, it goes all the way to the back and goes around. There's one little small area in the back, but see this head and this head, I have to dig these by hand because I can't get the trench returned sideways. So as I was bringing this trench up, I found the septic tank box. So I had to move over there, so I'll have to hand dig this over. But I had to dig over there, unless I didn't ran it all the way up. So I'll have to go down and come back to this one. So, because the septic tank actually comes through here, right there. And I don't want pipe laying across the top of the septic tank if they ever have to clean it. So, there it is. I've already got, oh, there's one head right in front of the AC, and then one here, and one here. These are all sprays. So I've got that one little short one to dig out. So I can just take the pick and kind of dig it enough. Like I said, it's just got one piece of pipe got to go in here. So, like I said, the feed line will come from the valves over there at the back. Come around, go up here. And then it'll have to come across to get 1, 2, 3. And then this is just going to be a dead trench, so that's it. It's kind of the overview of where the system's at. They got some family over for the weekend, and they're all in the back, so I'm not going to go back there and film. But again, you can see the Toro Dingo TX1000. I think this is a wide track, just because I think the tracks are supposed to be wider on it. I don't think it's a wider stance. I'm not sure, but that's what it is. First time I've used one of those, and
I'll give you a quick glimpse here if I close this one out and get back to cleaning. There's trenches out back here, so here's all the pipe. Those are, each bundle is 200 feet, 200 linear feet. My roll of funny pipe, or flex pipe as I call it. Got my 2 valve boxes. Some glue and valves and some stuff in there, which I'll go over in the next video. And then I got one more valve box up here, and my fittings are in the truck. So, and I'm going to take this valve box back here and make sure the hole that I got is a decent depth for the valve assemblies and stuff. And then I'll probably just do a closeout to this part in a little bit. So hopefully you enjoyed the eventful discussion about what is going on today and what's coming. It's been a very decent day overall, even with all the problems. So yeah, it's just one of those days, y'all. We all have them. Thank y'all for watching, and be back shortly. Alright, so before I wrap this video up, I wanted to show you how I do the valve assemblies. So this is a 6-zone system, you can see. So what I do is I check my spacing on my boxes, and they're pretty close together. So I got those set out, and then I make sure that my valves will fit in the box. And I know that I have my supply line coming in, which will come in here, and then you will tee off first valve, second valve, third valve. The end of the valve assembly obviously is teed off because you'll have the lines going out the other side going to each assigned zone. So what I'll probably do with these is just go zone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 across. And this is the same thing on the other side. Set your spacing. Always check and make sure you have your flow arrows pointed the right way, especially when you put them together. I haven't done that yet, but hey, always make note of that. I use the when it's wet or dry, this is pool glue, but it's the same thing as this stuff that I used today. Again, it's blue. You can put it on, like I say, wet or dry, so it doesn't matter if you got a little water dripping out of the pipe, it will still work. So this is what I do. I get this layout, and then I'll just take some short pieces of pipe and my cutters and cut the pieces to go in between these fittings, and then obviously glue the manifold or valve assembly, whatever you want to call it, together, and it will be ready to go in the ground. So I'm going to show you all this part of it, and then obviously I got my other fittings and everything that's here. I'm probably going to have to move that pipe down by the house, and then obviously you'll get the pipe laid in the hole, and then you'll have either a 90 that has a threaded side to it, it's 1/2 inch threaded, and you have a barb fitting. It looks just like this. That screws into this part here, and then your flex hose attaches to this side, and you also have a T fitting just like that. So there's a T and a 90, and again these barbs thread in, rotate them around. Flex pipe goes on here, and then you have the larger over here ones for the sprinkler head. So these are your 3/4 barbs, and what they do is they actually go in the bottom of the head just like that, and that flex pipe comes over and attaches to the bottom to feed your sprinkler. So quick overview. I'll probably review this tomorrow. So I'm gonna mess around with a few things here and then get wrapped up, get the pipe moved and loaded up, and then I'll do a closeout when I get back in the truck for today. So hopefully you enjoyed it, and maybe some of this initial stuff was helpful, and we'll be back in the next video. So stick around. Woo!
Alright, y'all. Well, hopefully you enjoyed some of this video. Pretty long, so I won't draw this conclusion out too well from part one of the irrigation job. Turned out to be a pretty eventful day even before I got to working. But that's how it goes. Let me know what y'all think about everything. As you can see, it's kind of getting dark. It's about 8:45, so it'll be dark probably in the next 15 minutes. So I figured I'd go ahead and try to get a little bit of footage on the way back. I'm headed back home, and did pretty good. Didn't get quite as far as maybe I would have liked to. Would have liked to get a little bit of some of the pipe in the ground, but I had to get cleaned up and ready to go back. So load the machine and all that stuff up. So yeah, so thank y'all for taking the time to watch, and everybody who has subscribed to the channel, commented and all of that stuff that has supported me since I've been doing this. I do greatly appreciate it. Just want y'all to know that. I try to let y'all know that rather often, just to don't want anybody to doubt that fact. I greatly appreciate all the support that my channel has gotten. I know I'm not near as big as a lot of people's channels, but I got good subscribers. I got some good friends that have been made here on YouTube, and some good people. So shout out to all of y'all. So thank y'all again. I appreciate the support and the subscriptions, comments, everything. So hopefully part two will be a little bit better. We'll see, and I'll try to do some discussion further into the parts and pieces and things of the system. So before I get too much longer winded, thank y'all again. Y'all be safe, be kind, be blessed, and catch you on the next one. Thanks, everybody.